Welcome to the show. My name is Charlton with Big C. This is Charlton and Big C Sports, coming to you worldwide on the Big C Sports Network, on the #1 network in the United States of America. And Big C Sports has been voted the #1 sports show in the universe, according to Big C. And them good old boys down south, I want to say bienvenidos to all of our listeners in Latin America, also across the pond, in London, England, as well as Paris, France. Of course, you good old boys in Canada, we love you. In Africa, the Big C tribe. But there's no one we love more than the good old boys down south in the land of the free and the home of the brave on a beautiful December the 31st, 2019. Grando Deportes, Big C. How's it going for you good old boys down south?
Charlton, it's been like a math equation. You know, I started counting 1, 2, 3, then I said, hey, just skip it. Just skip the 365. We had 365 days of bliss down here in the South, in the sports world, in the political world, just in life. It's amazing how quick this year has gone by. 2019 is just about to be over.
It's just about to be over. The ball's about to drop in Times Square in New York City. Been watching that ever since I was a little boy, and I really appreciate seeing that happen. And they're doing it all over the universe now, all the celebrations, bringing in 2020. 2020 is a good year, and also Big C Sports brought to you by Google and Alexa. Just say Google or Alexa, play Big C Sports Podcast. You will hear from our sponsors. You will hear welcome to the show. I will introduce Big C as the Mystic, and he'll do his thing. And I really appreciate the way things are going with Big C Sports. Also, you can follow Big C Sports on Xfinity, Comcast Television, also on Roku TV, Apple TV, Fire TV, and a lot of smart TVs all over the universe. Really appreciate the way things are going with Big C Sports. I want to get into this happy holiday before we run down some things that are important about what happened in 2019. I want to make sure we give out our National Suicide Hotline for our military veterans and civilians, 800-273-8255. That's 800-273-8255. Or they can text 838-255. That's 838-255. Big C, why is that so important to you?
Well, Charlton, even though 2019 is coming to a blissful end, we cannot let the thoughts of our military veterans come to an end, Charlton. And this National Suicide Prevention Hotline number, Charlton, is there year-round, every year, for these veterans to have somebody to lean on, to communicate with. We've had such a horrific disease epidemic in this country, Charlton, called suicide. And we're losing some 20 veterans a day to this epidemic, as well as mainstream people, Charlton. And we have to find a way, not just Charlton and Big C Sports, but mainstream society needs to find a way to stem the tide of suicide.
Yeah.
Our veterans come back and they don't have that support base that we need for them to have, Charlton, when they come back into mainstream society. And many of them have found themselves lost emotionally, physically, financially.
Yep.
And they feel that there's no way out. Unfortunately, many of them have turned to suicide, Charlton. And when we look at our young people in America, that we're losing at record numbers to this disease also. This is an unspoken thing in our society because it's an embarrassment people feel to their families that someone takes that plight. But it's easy to stem, Charlton, just through communication. If people know that someone cares about them, thinking about them, and feel a certain way about them, then maybe they will not take that route. And we have to find a way to help our veterans more and more each and every day, any way that we can.
I believe so. And by helping people, you got to talk about it to get help, and we'll keep doing that. 800-273-8255. That's 800-273-8255. Or they can text 838-255. That's 838-255. Before we get into the great things about 2019, I just want to touch on a few of the college football bowl games that are happening. A lot of them happen today. We don't give out scores, but we know that Virginia Tech and Kentucky played. Arizona State also got a win over Florida State. That's a win for the Pac-12. You know I'm going to count out Pac-12 wins coming down to the new year, Big C. Navy played Kansas State today. Wyoming played Georgia State. And then the big game for the Pac-12, Utah, the Pac-12 runner-up, will play Texas out of the Big 12. Big C, I know will be probably, it'll happen before we get on the air tomorrow, but Wednesday's game, Alabama is playing Michigan. Auburn's playing Minnesota, so that's SEC versus Big Ten, followed by the granddaddy of them all, Wisconsin versus Oregon in the Rose Bowl, to conclude with the Georgia versus Baylor in the the final game for tomorrow. So I know everybody's going to be having a happy New Year. We hope that you're all safe and sound. Big C, any more thoughts on these New Year Bowl games that used to be the conclusion of games, but it's just almost like the halfway point now, Big C? Your thoughts?
Well, Charlton, there was somewhat of a disappointment when I sit up and watched the Orange Bowl last night, and that used to be the finale of New Year's Day, watching the Orange Bowl, late evening, as, it was normally determining the national champion during that game, but that was an afternoon game yesterday that was played between Virginia and Florida.
Yeah.
So it lost some of its luster, and, you wonder how do you get it all back in the grandiosity of New Year's Day in college football.
And I don't know if you ever do get it back, Big C. I think it's just like everything else in life. There are more choices. Online has made everything more choices. And I appreciate more choices is why we have podcasts that's taken over. The streaming's taken over radio and all the other things that is going on. I want to run down a quick NBA schedule today. On the final day of 2019 on Big C Sports, Boston Celtics at the Charlotte Hornets, the Philadelphia 76ers at the Indiana Pacers, the LA Clippers at the Sacramento Kings, Cleveland Cavaliers at the Toronto Raptors, defending world champion Toronto Raptors, the Denver Nuggets at the Houston Rockets, Golden State Warriors down in Texas at San Antonio, and the Dallas Mavericks playing the OKC Thunder. And we wish everybody well for basketball and all the other great sports that will come up on this great New Year, Big C. So 2020, let's finish up some great things that happened in 2019. And as you said, it's amazing. It goes by so fast, almost like in the blink of an eye. So we really got to appreciate everything that's in front of us, no matter what you're doing in sports. The biggest sports stories, 2019. People can always disagree, but Tom Brady, he wins his 6th Super Bowl ring, and the New England Patriots, after they shut down the Los Angeles Rams 13-3. Pretty good career for a 6th-round draft pick to have 6 rings, Big C. Your thoughts?
Well, everybody has counted Tom Brady out every step of the way. Here's a guy who, when you think about his college career, wasn't greatly heralded at the University of Michigan, winning the 6th round of the NFL draft. He has made 9 Super Bowl appearances as a starting quarterback, which is an NFL record that will never be challenged.
Yeah.
He has 6 Super Bowl victories as an NFL quarterback, which will never be challenged. And the career still continues to move on.
Yeah, it still continues to move on. And I know they dropped to the 3 seed this year, but I would not be surprised if they found a way to find themselves back into the AFC Championship game. It's nothing new for them. And say it ain't so. Tiger Woods, like the Phoenix, Big C, also out of Stanford University, Tiger Woods wins the Masters in a long time between victories and majors for Tiger Woods. The golf world really found that the best player in the universe could move the needle as much as he won the Masters, Big C. His 15th major winning, a stirring performance at the tournament in beautiful Augusta, Georgia, Big C. Your thoughts on the great Tiger Woods?
Well, 11 years between major victories for Tiger Woods. Just when everyone thought his career was over and wrote Tiger Woods off, he rose from the ashes, Charlton, which was great for golf. When you think about how the game had really plateaued out, Tiger Woods came back and brought all that youthful enthusiasm once again and put on a green jacket for the 6th time.
Isn't that amazing? It's not inconceivable that he could reach 18 in the next 2 years. And I'm sure he will if he stays healthy, Big C. So congratulations, Tiger Woods. You really moved the needle in all the media outlets. Toronto Raptors, I want to pay my friends in Canada. I want to pay them proper respect. Defending world champions, Toronto Raptors. They won the NBA crown. Kawhi Leonard, California native, and the Toronto Raptors. They turned Canada to a full-blown basketball land. Hockey was second fiddle for the first time in many, many moons. A thrilling playoff win on the road. The Raptors beat up the wounded Golden State Warriors. They couldn't come out and play because a lot of them were banged up, Big C. But make no mistake about it, Toronto earned that series. And they did it in 6 games. The clincher came at the Oracle Arena in Oakland, Big C. Your thoughts?
Well, the final game in that epic arena in Oakland, California, Charlton, the Toronto Raptors became the 2nd major North American professional sports, to take a championship north of the border. The Toronto Blue Jays did it back-to-back in the early and mid-'90s, Charlton. And now the Toronto Raptors became the kings of professional basketball knocking off the defending the NBA champs, the Golden State Warriors, even though this team had been injured, Charlton.
Yeah.
A championship is a championship.
Yeah.
And now it's going to live up north for the next several months.
And speaking of living, Oakland, the city of Oakland, they lost, obviously, the Golden State Warriors going back to San Francisco, lost their final game in Oakland. The Oakland Raiders lost their final home football game in Oakland versus Tennessee. And the Oakland A's lost their final game of 2019 also in Oakland to the Tampa Bay Rays. It's amazing how you talk about home field advantage really doesn't help you all that much, Big C. And I want to also get on to Carey Price Anderson in one of the sweetest moments in the year happened at the NHL Awards. The Canadian goaltender Carey Price also surprised a young fan who had become acquainted after the fan had lost his mother. Prince started a great speech and then walked out and gave the fan a hug, who was invited to the NHL All-Star Game next season. What a great fate of how great athletes can be, Big C. Your thoughts?
Well, Charlton, as we often hear in the world of sports about the negativity that athletes get involved in, and you think about Gary Anderson and this heartwarming speech that he was giving at the NHL Awards.
Yeah.
And he addressed this young fan that he had befriended who had lost his mother. And that's a horrific thing for any child to have to go through. But this shows the heart and the character of athletes. And we always look at hockey players, people think of them as goons and just want to fight all the time. But Charlton,
yeah.
Here's a young man who went out of his way to make sure that this young kid knew that he had people who cared about him. And this is what professional sports stands for. Not the negativity that we see on the news bloggers, Charlton, but when we talk about professional sports, there is not enough time spent on the great deeds that athletes do.
Very much said. I really appreciate when athletes go out of their way and just show the people that they are human too. Also, something else that happened in the Bay Area, Clemson, they crushed Alabama for the college football playoff national championship game to become the top two teams actually in college football in 2019, Clemson and Alabama. But Clemson claimed the crown en route to their beating down of Alabama. That also ended in the Bay Area last year. Big C, your thoughts?
Well, there were a lot of things that ended in the Bay Area last year, Charlton, for a lot of people that were not good. But as you look at the juggernaut has become the Clemson Tigers in college football, they've risen to the pinnacle of success. They've been, on a win streak that's been phenomenal. They won that championship with a true freshman quarterback last year, Trevor Lawrence, Charlton, who went out and dismantled that Nick Saban defense and led Clemson to the national title, their second in a 3-year span.
Yeah, it's amazing how they've been rolling, Big C. I guess they could call them Roll Tigers as opposed to Roll Tide, Big C. Non-calls. Oftentimes they say leave the whistle in your pocket, Big C, or the flag in your pocket. A non-call helped send the Los Angeles Rams to the Super Bowl. A non-call to end the non-calls of all times, Big C. There was a dispute with 1:49 left to play. The game was tied at 20. I still think the Saints could have kicked a field goal or at least run the ball. The Saints facing 3rd and 10, N'Kobe Roby, and Coleman obliterated Tommy Lee Lewis before the ball arrived. No flag was thrown, probably because the officials had their eyes closed. Big C, your thoughts?
Well, one of the most egregious non-calls in professional football history, Charlton. Everyone saw it. It was quite obvious. It even led to the NFL making some rule changes, Charlton, that I don't know have been that effective by the officials even this year, even with the rule change. The Saints were out of timeouts. They could not challenge the call. And it was an unfortunate thing, but it propelled the Rams on to the Super Bowl. We know what happened at that point. The New England Patriots claimed their 6 titles. But when you think about a team being snake-bitten by calls from the officials, the year before, the New Orleans Saints, was with the Minneapolis Miracle.
Yeah.
And then to come home and lose to the Rams in that fashion, Charlton, on that hideous non-call was very upsetting to a lot of people, especially in Las Vegas.
Yeah, especially in Vegas. Also, don't forget Bounty Gate. That happened also with that coach on the sideline that sometimes looks like the Joker the way he contorts his mouth, but it's all fair and love and war. And say it ain't so. The St. Louis Blues win Lord Stanley's Cup. St. Louis Blues were going nowhere early in the season in January. Then interim coach Craig Burnaby put a spark into the team, or maybe he put some suds into the team, Big C. But they turned things around. They win the franchise first Stanley Cup, and the city of St. Louis is still partying. Big C, your thoughts?
You think about the plight of the Blues, Charlton. They were 19-31.
Yep.
They were on the outside looking in and getting ready for going on winter vacations. Then all of a sudden, they got on a hot win streak. And you think about where they were and where they went to. This was their fourth trip to the Stanley Cup.
Yep.
And they were down throughout the series, Charlton, and they were a team who fought from behind. But they showed what perseverance was. The St. Louis Blues never gave up. They pushed the series to a Game 7, and they won that epic battle, Charlton, against the Boston Bruins to hoist their first Stanley Cup in 4 tries.
In 4 tries, and that city already lost. We talked about teams leaving Oakland. Well, St. Louis has had a lot of franchises leave. The Cardinals have left Big C, and also we know the Rams of late. They've also had some other programs leave the city of St. Louis. When you think about leaving, Mike Trout didn't want to leave L.A. He said he loves L.A. because he got $430 million. Mike Trout gets a record extension. He eliminated all the angst for the Angels fans down there at Disneyland. And then the organization rewarded arguably the best player with a mammoth contract extension. It was 12 years, $430 million. He can probably go to Disneyland every day now, Big C. Your thoughts?
He might have bought a season pass with that kind of money.
Yeah.
But when you look at what Mike Trout has produced number-wise since he's been in major leagues, Charlton, he has been the best player in baseball. He just doesn't walk the walk. He talks the talk, Charlton. And when you think about his productivity, he's on a team that's devoid of other great talent. If Mike Trout could get some help with the Angels, Charlton, who knows, they could possibly displace the Los Angeles Dodgers there in that Los Angeles basin. But he is one phenomenal baseball player.
Whoa, Nelly. I don't think anyone can replace the Dodgers down there. Dodger blue is like the sky, Big C. I don't think anyone's ever going to replace it. Bryce Harper signed with the Philadelphia Phillies. The free agent in his press conference said, I can't wait to bring a World Series to D.C. Well, maybe he doesn't know where Philadelphia is located. The colors are similar. But the free agent, he pursued all the free agents. They pursued Bryce Harper. His contract was dragged into spring training. And eventually, the lefty slugger decided to move from Washington to Philadelphia and a spot in the heart of the city of brotherly love. But they didn't give him a lot of brotherly love. They missed the playoffs, but he was prescient. He said he wants to bring a championship to D.C. And how right was he, Big C? Your thoughts?
Well, Bryce Harper was right in many ways, but this shows the umph of a player in sticking by his guns in baseball. Bryce Harper went out and got the richest free agent contract in Major League Baseball history, Charlton. Even though his numbers did not warrant it throughout the season, Bryce Harper was a guy who brought a lot of media attention to that Philadelphia Phillies organization, but they came up short and missed the playoffs.
If you can come up short and you still have $300+ million, I'll take that any day, Big Z. And thinking of taking it, the Baylor Bears, they win the women's hoop crown. Kim Mulkey led the Baylor Bears to its national championship, downing the great Notre Dame Fighting Irish 82-81 with the victory. And the Lady Bears joined UConn and Tennessee as the only Division I programs with 3 or more titles, and they were amazing last year. Big C, your thoughts?
Well, the late Pat Summitt and Gino Auriemma, Charlton, are the only previous coaches to have had 3 ladies' national championships prior to Kim Mulkey and the Baylor Bears capturing their latest championship last year. When we think about the rise in sports across the country, and especially ladies sports, Charlton, the Baylor Bears have been the dominant team in the Big 12 conference. They've run through that conference with ease. But Kim Mulkey, you got to take her hat off to it. This lady has stayed with this program. She started as a player with Louisiana Tech, was an All-American and Olympic performer, Charlton, and now she has 3 titles as a head coach of the Lady Bears.
Yeah, and they now their football program is following in suit. They're trying to win another bowl game. We know they came up short in the Big 12 championship game. Also thinking of Big 12, former first-round draft pick Kyler Murray with the NFL's Arizona Cardinals, the number 1 NFL draft pick. Murray was the 9th overall pick in Major League Baseball's draft in 2018. He signed a rich contract with the Oakland Athletics after winning the Heisman Trophy at Oklahoma, and he changed his mind. He returned the money to Oakland and became the first overall pick in the NFL draft by the Arizona Cardinals. What a wonderful year for him last year, Big C. Your thoughts?
Well, I guess you could say also with Oakland, Charlton, another one of those losses for that Oakland professional leagues. You know, Kyler Murray walked away from the A's being the 9th overall pick, getting just under a $5 million signing bonus, but having enough confidence in himself as a potential NFL quarterback, Charlton, to win the Heisman, to go number 1 overall, to go to a franchise that was struggling. And he is a bright spot for that Arizona Cardinals organization, Charlton. They ended up with 5 wins this year on the regular season.
Yeah.
So you think about the future is very bright for him in the NFL, and who knows what would have occurred in the Major League Baseball.
You never know. The Oakland A's did make the playoffs. That wild card, they lost at home to Tampa. The Cardinals did not make the playoffs, but they did get a couple of close games and an upset win over Seattle earlier this year. Big C, when we think about the world of golf, somebody said, you know, what's all this grass for? I don't understand why we can't ride on the greens, because golf has its own etiquette. But when you think of Gary Woodland, what he does on the greens, captured the U.S. Open. Gary Woodland also showed grit and determination in winning the U.S. Open at Pebble Beach, one of the most beautiful places in the universe. Pebble Beach in Central California on the coast, winning the U.S. Open at Pebble Beach. He also held off Brooks Koepka by 3 strokes. And Koepka, you know, when he gets his eyes on winning a championship, he's very tough to beat. But great job by Woodland. That's your Big C, your thoughts.
Well, you know, one of those heartfelt stories in golf. And, you know, everyone can think about Tiger Woods and what he meant to golf, Charlton. But Gary Woodland, winning a tournament from start to finish at Pebble Beach, the U.S. Open, one of the most picturesque settings in the golf world. We talk about Augusta, but Pebble Beach is no slouch, and everybody loves to play there.
It's amazing how the water is right there on the course, and then even the sea lions come up to watch golf. That's how pretty it is. Big C is amazing, a gorgeous place in the country. Brooks Koepka, just talked about the great Brooks Koepka. Looks like he's a weightlifter also compared to most golfers. He wins the PGA Championship. The great Brooks Koepka has been Mr. Major in golf after winning the U.S. Open. Back-to-back, Koepka won the PGA Championship. He almost made it 3 straight. The U.S. Open finished second to Gary Woodland, Big C, despite shooting. He shot 4 straight rounds below 70, and it still wasn't quite good enough to beat Woodland. Big C, your thoughts?
Well, when you think about Koepka, Charlton, Koepka reminds me of Allen Iverson. Everyone in the golf world sort of resents this guy in a way because he talks about practice. He talks about practice. I came to play.
Right.
And that's what he does on the golf course, Charlton. And he proved his dominance throughout the last PGA season.
Yeah, he's amazing. He has a bright future ahead of him. He and Tiger Woods kind of changed the look of golfers. A lot of golfers are very emaciated and skinny, except for guys like Phil Mickelson, of course. But for the most time, most of them are skinny, but these guys lift weights. Andy Ruiz wins the heavyweight crown. Speaking of being not as slim and trim, but Andy Ruiz Jr. was not quite as a long shot as the great Buster Douglas back in the day when he knocked out Mike Tyson. But Mike Tyson was having some other issues going on too. But still, no one gave this man a chance. Anthony Joshua, I think, took him lightly. Sometimes when you go 32-1, you know, a shot comes down to just getting the right punch, Big C. But Ruiz did what he had to do, blasting Joshua to become the heavyweight champion. Not only did he beat him, he actually beat him up pretty good, Big C. Your thoughts?
Well, when we think about how the boxing world has taken a backseat to the MMA, Charlton, in recent years, Anthony Ruiz, you know, led people to believe anything can happen once again. Here's a guy, when you see him walk into the ring, you almost want to laugh a little bit until he starts punching on you. And that's what happened with Joshua. Joshua took him lightly. Anthony Ruiz was determined. He picked himself up from a knockdown, Charlton, and became the new heavyweight champion of the world.
New heavyweight champion. And a lot like Buster Douglas, probably the second couple of fights after that, he won't retain that title. But we'll see what happens. You always have a puncher's chance in the NBA. The New Orleans Pelicans win the NBA lottery. Anthony Davis decided he wanted to go to L.A. and have closer proximity to the Pacific Ocean with the L.A. Lakers, Big C. Now, Zion Williamson arrives. The Big Easy was waiting for him. The Duke freshman, he exited college under Coach Krzyzewski and was coveted as a lottery prize. New Orleans won the 14-team scramble and has been an exciting player on the roster, but he has to stay healthy, Big C. Your thoughts?
Well, we are yet to wait for Zion to make his NBA debut, Charlton. He had a knee injury. but he was the most electrifying player in college basketball in 2019.
Yeah.
When you look at the one-and-done deals that are going on in college needed a face. College basketball needed a face, and that was Zion Williamson of Duke.
Yeah.
He had his own channel. He had everything. He became the number 1 overall pick in the NBA, and we're still waiting to see if he can bring that excitement to the big boys.
Yeah, he just has to stay healthy, Big C. He has to trim down a little bit more, but I think he has a bright future ahead of him. NBA, LeBron James, the LA Lakers, they failed to make the playoffs again. The Lakers made a big splash. They signed the King James, LeBron James, and that splash turned into a mess after the team suffered injuries, never got it together in the second half of the season. They failed to make the playoffs, the postseason. They had been used to that down in LA, but they were up to a number 4 spot before he got injured. But now they have some help, and I'm sure it's a lot brighter in the sunshiny state of California. Big C, your thoughts?
Well, last year was the 6th straight year that the Los Angeles Lakers failed to make the NBA playoffs, Charlton.
Yep.
But it did show one thing that LeBron James possessed, the ability to uplift the team. This was a team that had missed the playoffs for 5 consecutive years prior to his arriving. But prior to his injury on Christmas Day where he tore his groin playing the Golden State Warriors, they were in 4th place in the division, in the NBA.
Yep.
But now this team is back on track. LeBron James is healthy once again. But it was a big move by the King moving to the West Coast in 2019. Sparked a lot of controversy in Los Angeles.
Yeah, Magic Johnson stepping down, Anthony Davis doing his thing. If they go through Anthony Davis and not LeBron, they actually have a chance to win an NBA championship. Also with the NBA, you think about the Denver Nuggets and the Portland Trail Blazers. They went 4 overtimes, and the playoffs were a marathon to start. Think about it, 4 overtimes. Spectacular was that game. Crowd was amazing. And the Blazers and the Nuggets did that in Game 3 of their playoff series in 2019. Portland won that game 140 to 137. I still remember how loud that crowd was. Big C, your thoughts?
Well, just an amazing game at that point of the season, Charlton, to go that many overtimes in a playoff game. The Nuggets were led by Nikola Jokic, who had a triple-double in that game, but Damian Lillard and C.J. McCullough pulled it out for the Portland Trailblazers, who went on to knock out the Denver Nuggets, the number 2 seed in the Western Division last year, and advanced to play the Golden State Warriors in the playoffs before they were knocked out.
Yeah, basketball has been so good, especially when you get into the playoffs. It's a great game, Big C. Think about great games. I want to go back over to the NFL, the great Patrick Mahomes, as you call him, Patrick Mahomes, NFL MVP, most valuable player. Mahomes did most of the work in 2018. However, the NFL MVP award was given out in the 2019 calendar year. So he's earned his spot, and he's still knocking on the door this year for at least consideration. Big C, your thoughts?
Well, when you look at Patrick Mahomes and what he brought to the NFL last year, Charlton, he brought a new era of quarterback. We saw this young man make throws and moves that we had never seen on a football field. He brought everyone back to the sandlot to make you think when you were a child and you went outside on the schoolyard and played pickup football games against friends, everybody wanted to be the quarterback. And Patrick Mahomes showed that everybody could not be a quarterback like him, and he changed the face of the NFL.
He sure did change the face of the NFL, and his voice sounds a lot like mine tonight, Big C. I got to find a way to get those vocal cords loosened up. Or maybe I'm just trying to sound like Patrick Mahomes too, Big C. It's all fair, love, and war. When you think about sinking, you got to look at basketball as just it's a fabulous sport, and it can come down to the final second, Big C. Kyle Guy sinks a 3-point, actually it was 3 free throws. They beat Auburn. Controversial game last year in the men's college basketball championship, the Final Four. Virginia 12 by 4. The clock was ticking below 10 seconds. It was Kyle Guy. He drilled a contested 3-pointer with 6.5 seconds left. And then after Jared Harper missed a free throw for Auburn, and the officials, I mean, we hate having the officials decide anything, but the officials missed a double dribble on the Virginia guard, Ty Jerome. It was Jerome Guy. He caught the ball in the opposite corner. There was only 1.5 seconds left, and he missed a 3. But somehow he was fouled by Mr. Doherty and connected on all of the foul shots, and the Cavaliers advanced. That's a horrible way to make a call with 1.5 seconds left, but the official said, hey, we're just doing what we see, Big C. Sometimes. Your thoughts?
Well, I think 2019 can be called the year of the officials in sports, collegiate and professional.
Yeah.
And for a team to lose a tournament game after such a hard-fought season and tournament on a non-call by an official that, as we all see as fans, are obvious on the replay.
Yep.
But Virginia, this was a team that had to deal with some embarrassment and stuff from the year before, but they rose from the ashes, Charlton, and were able to move on to the finals of the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, the great Walt Sampson played at Virginia. And when you think about Virginia, they have from the ACC, Clemson has been pretty much picnicking at the national championship playoffs, and the Virginia winning a conference championship. Actually, they didn't win the conference championship last year, but they did win the NCAA championship, I believe. But just a great year for the ACC when it comes to sports. When it goes to one-on-one, well, you really cannot blame the officials, but I guess you can blame the referee if you want to, the line judgment. Nadal wins his 12th French Open. Rafael Nadal is the king of the clay, and the Spanish great won his 12th French Open in dominant style. He seems to just get better with time. Big C, your thoughts?
You know, Rafa Nadal is the greatest clay player of all time. When you think about his dominance on the hard surface, this lefty is phenomenal on the men's tennis circuit.
Yeah.
You know, you love the sound that he makes every time he serves and volleys, Charlton. But Rafa Nadal is a tiger on the clay court.
Yeah, he really is. I want to also go back to that Virginia game, that national championship game. It was DeAndre Hunter. He lifts Virginia to his first national championship. Virginia was the joke of college basketball in 2018, becoming the first number 1 seed to fall. It was the number 16 seed, UMBC. The Cavaliers, they rallied in the 2019 tournament and won the championship by beating high-powered Texas Tech, which came in with a very solid defense, but Virginia got it done. Big C, your thoughts?
Well, they got it done, Charlton, and as you said, they were knocked out in the first round the previous year by a number 16 seed, and they were a number 1 seed. Virginia had never won a title before. Even when they had the great Ralph Sampson, who was 3-time College Player of the Year, they were never able to win the title. But DeAndre Hunter was able to lift the Cavaliers, Charlton, to that precious NCAA title in 2019.
Yeah, I remember still some guys down at Auburn are saying, what title? The officials helped them get in there, but it's all fair and love and war. Big C, the USA, they pound Thailand 13-0, and the WWC, it was way too much. Or did the USA just do what they were supposed to do? They came out and they scored goal after goal after goal, or goal. I love the way they do it down in Latin America, Big C. But Thailand was overmatched. Either way, 13-0 is a romp. It created all of the sorts of headlines and discussions about Women's World Cup and Megan Rapinoe also about equality for women. It was just a great year for USA, Big C. Your thoughts?
Well, when we think about the Women's World Cup soccer team, Charlton, from the USA, and just the women's team, period, here's a team that has to fight through the courts trying to get pay equity in 2019. They've been the most dominant part of the U.S. World Soccer Federation. Our men's teams do not hold a candle to our women's teams, yet I would like to see them play each other. I think the women may dominate the men.
Yeah.
But as they went out and dominated the world stage in grand fashion, Charlton, it was a great thing to see for all the young ladies of the United States to have such great role models.
Yeah.
And these were women, Charlton, who went out and fought gallantly and dominated each and every opponent throughout the World Cup series and hoisted the World Cup of soccer once again on the ladies' side.
Yeah, they were doing their things last year. I mean, having a great celebration and a parade. I believe they had a parade all over the country, but I remember the one they had on the East Coast of New York City. That was amazing. Jokic Osaka dominated Down Under, the land Down Under, Big C, the first major of the season. It's contested Down Under. Novak Djokovic added another title to his resume, and Naomi Osaka made it back-to-back after winning the 2019 U.S. Open. 2019 was a great year for winning, Big C. Your thoughts?
Well, Novak Djokovic, Charlton, is the most dominant male tennis player out there.
Yeah.
We think about someone who can play on all surfaces, and to go down to Australia in February and win that Open down there in that horrific heat down under, Charlton. But Naomi Osaka has risen to the top of the women's circuit. When we think about her winning the U.S. Open, beating Venus Williams, Charlton, in that Serena Williams in that championship, and then going down to Australia and winning back-to-back women titles, Charlton. She has a bright future ahead after 2019 in the women's tennis circuit.
Really does. Before we come up on the Big C timeout, I just appreciate that we get to cover so many of the top sports and the top athletes, and seeing how sports is a billion-dollar industry. And boys and girls sports, it is the foundation of that industry. It wasn't always that way. And so I really appreciate with the ability for sports to be covered all over the world. We can see the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. Big C, before we get into the Big C timeout, what inspired you about seeing so many women and men from the United States just winning everything in 2019? Big C, your thoughts?
Well, Charlton, when we look at the competitive nature of this country and how athletes as well as just everyday citizens are competitive in the United States, but we have the best of facilities from around the world, which allow the advancement of our athletes and those who want to take advantage of what's presented to them. But as a country, when you go out and represent not just yourself, but as your country, that's what's great about American athletics.
Yeah, I think it's amazing. You can follow Big C Sports 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on the #1 podcast network in the universe, iHeartRadio podcast. You can follow Big C Sports on Apple Podcasts. You can follow Big C Sports on Google Podcasts. You can follow Big C Sports on Speaker.com. The apps that I really love are called Google and Alexa. Just say Google or Alexa, play Big C Sports Podcast. You will hear from our sponsors. You will hear welcome to the show. I will introduce Big C as the Mystic, and he'll do his thing. And I really appreciate the way things are going with Big C Sports. Also, acknowledged again by iHeartRadio as one of the top podcasts in the universe on the iHeartRadio platform, as well as many other platforms. You can follow Big C Sports on Xfinity, Comcast Television, also on Roku TV, Apple TV, Fire TV, and a lot of smart TVs all over the universe. Really appreciate that. It doesn't happen because we want it to happen. You got to believe, you got to believe, you got to believe. In 2019, I sometimes feel, I wonder how come we have static in our lines. I know when you're calling 3,000 miles away, the weather is what it is, and that affects everything too. And then I was watching some ball games over the last couple of days, and some of the TV networks will also have the same type of issues with their static. But I believe that people will say, well, you need to upgrade your equipment or you need to upgrade whatever. At the same time, to hit the numbers that we're hitting and getting the acknowledgement is just fine. Don't worry about the microphone. Just focus on the content. Big C, that make any sense? Your thoughts?
Well, everything that you do in any type of endeavor is about the content that you produce. Whether you're watching the national news, Charlton, whether you're watching the local news, it's all about content. Everyone tunes into every sporting event or broadcast that they can for the content.
Yeah.
That's the number one thing that we look at, and what we want our information about is the content. We can have the visual, but it's the audio that we appreciate even more.
Yeah, it's always about just keep going on, keep fighting. I remember, I think it was a football game, the Colts were playing the Giants, and the power went out. So I'm sure when you lose all the power, Big C, they have their own issues with that. But it's all great. I just love the sports world. I really appreciate being able to talk sports and entertainment, even politics with you, Big C, as we do on Big C Sports. I want to also, the Country House wins the Kentucky Derby. Maximum Security appeared to win the Kentucky Derby. You know, we talked about the Saints and having the officials get in the way. We talked about Virginia and Auburn and the officials getting in the way. We just talked about the 49ers and also the Seahawks, and the officials did or did not make a call. We had the same talk about officials with the Clemson and the Ohio State game, also Oklahoma and LSU. It never goes away. Even horses, Big C, Mr. Ed has to deal with some bad judges at times. So the objections were filed, including one by the jockey whose horse was not impeded. It's 65-1 odd, Country House. 22 amazing minutes after security was I think it determined that he was disqualified. Within about 22 minutes it was. And then Country House also moved up and became the winner of the Run of the Roses. I think it's unfair when you cheat people, when you start cheating horses, Big C, something's got to go. Your thoughts?
Well, this is one of the most controversial seasons ever in Triple Crown horse racing, Charlton. Yeah. As we saw the disqualification during the Kentucky Derby, it took 22 minutes to get to that point.
Yep.
But, I find it hard that a horse is going to do something malicious and premeditated when he's running around on a muddy track. Maybe he didn't have his mudder shoes on, Charlton, and he slipped a little bit. But to say that a horse intentionally went out and impeded another horse, Charlton, and stopped him from potentially winning the race, we saw some of the most egregious calls in 2019 in officiating on every level. Whether it was hockey, baseball, basketball, football, track and field, and even horse racing, Charles.
The Supreme Court made betting legal, and people say, what's wrong with the betting? Whenever you get people in a position to do some shenanigans, do you believe your lion eyes, or do you believe what you see, Big C? Sometimes it happens in all sports. Also, Jessica Andre wins the UFC 237. Jessica beat 115-pound champ Rose Namajunas, and she was a big KO at the UFC 237. There's so much happening in the world of UFC. A lot of these fighters, they don't have multiple $1 million bank accounts like some of the boxers do. Very few of these guys will go out and make $400,000 to $500,000 in a fight. Oftentimes, people just fighting to get noticed. They'll go out and do a fight in a local casino somewhere, and their purse might be $1,500, but they do it on their own. I know some women that have fought MMA before they had the chance to go to the UFC, and they had to pay for their own travel, and they only got paid if they won. Big C, your thought on Jessica and her victory?
Well, when you think about Jessica, 115 pounds, scrapping and all muscle, this young lady went out to win a title, Charlton, and she did it in grand fashion with a knockout. This is the one tough sport when you think about the MMA. It's you against your opponent, almost bare knuckle. But these ladies are valiant, Charlton, when they go out, and Jessica became a world champion in 237.
And this, I'm telling you, for people that think they're tough, get in the ring with some MMA people, and you learn jiu-jitsu. That Brazilian jiu-jitsu seems to be the most difficult, from karate and taekwondo. There's just a lot, boxing, grappling, the ground and pound. It's all so amazing. The only bad thing about it, sit too close to the ring, you tend to get some blood on your suit, Big C, so you don't want to have that happen. But I love the world of UFC. Cody Parker, double doink, from 43 yards out. Former Eagles kicker Cody Parker hit the left upright and then the crossbar with a field goal attempt from 43 yards away with 10 seconds remaining. And the Eagles upset the Bears 16-13 in a wild card game that I don't think many people will ever forget. Big C, your thoughts?
Well, if you've ever been in a stadium, Charlton, and had the wind sucked out of a stadium, it happened that day at Soldier Field in 2019 when Cody Parkey missed that field goal that seemed to be a chip shot against the Philadelphia Eagles, who moved on to the next round of the playoffs. The Chicago Bears had a rise, Charlton, back to dominance in the NFC, and everyone thought it was their year until that missed kick.
It's amazing. And I know people say it's just a kicker. No, kicking is very difficult. Anyone can go out and try it. I remember when I was a young boy, we had put some goalposts up in the backyard, and we're trying to kick field goals, and that's without pressure. That's without somebody trying to block it. And sometimes you just go 50-50. I really have a lot of respect for guys that can kick the winning kick, especially when you're going 40 yards or more. The New York Giants, they drafted Daniel Jones out of Duke. They got booed, Big C. The New York Giants drafted the sixth pick of 2019 NFL Draft. When they announced their choice of Duke quarterback Daniel Jones, it was greeted with resounding disapproval, and even the head coach came under a lot of fire about it. He did get a little bit better throughout the season, but it wasn't enough for the Giants organization. Big C, your thoughts?
Well, when you look at the potential quarterbacks that were on the draft board and the speculation from many experts, and everyone knew the Giants needed to eventually draft a quarterback. Daniel Jones, a non-heralded quarterback out of the University of Duke, Charlton, he had a lineage to this coach that had coached the two Manning brothers in the past, and everyone thought because he was coached by David Cutcliffe that he would grow out to be a great NFL quarterback. The jury's going to be out on Daniel Jones for a long, long time, Charlton. but it was a big disappointment for New York Giants fans on draft night.
Yeah, the Giants are always disappointed about something. They couldn't even beat the Philadelphia Eagles at home. And I would have wished they would have at least started with Eli, but Eli is 117 and 117. He probably said, no, I'm fine the way I am. Simon Pagenaud wins the Indianapolis 500 and became the first freshman to win the Indy 500 since Dave Thompson. That was back in 1949, and he battled Alexander Rossi throughout the final laps before finally passing his foe and taking the checkered flag. And I think drinking some milk and kissing some bricks. See your thoughts.
Well, when you think about the great races that have gone on at the Brickyard and the first Frenchman to win that epic race, Charlton, since 1949.
Yeah.
When we think about the Indianapolis 500, Charlton, it is the king of motorsports. And to go for 500 miles, coming across the ocean and winning that and having a quart of milk afterwards, what a great May afternoon.
What a great May afternoon. Now, why do they always have these guys stand on the championship ring and they have these two women kissing them on the side of the cheek? Could you imagine, say, Serena Williams, she wins a Grand Slam, she's at a tournament, maybe Wimbledon, and they have two men standing up kissing her on the cheek? Why is that a tradition, Big C? Your thoughts?
Well, when we look at the Indianapolis 500, Charlton, this has been a wholesome race throughout its time in America, over 100 runnings of the race, and it's always been that way. You get a kiss on the cheek from a beautiful woman, as well as you get a quart of milk to drink.
Yeah, and sometimes a lashing when you get home, too, Big C. It's all fair level war. The AFC, and it crashes and burns with 2 weeks left in the first season. Thomas Dundon, the financial backer of the AFC, or the AAF, had seen enough and lost money that sometimes you got to stop the bleeding. I know we're always wanting to add more sports, but like his father, like son, it can happen. As Dick Ebersol, and the major part of the failed XFL, if you recall that, his son Charlie was the founder of the AAF, which did not see the end of his first season. But every time you start a business, there's no guarantee you make it. There's no guarantee you do anything. But the money ran out, and so they had to try to start something else. Big C, your thoughts?
Well, this has been the history of leagues that have tried to challenge the NFL. When we look at the WFL, Charlton, we look at NFL Europe. We look at the AAF. We look at the XFL previously, Charlton. All of these leagues have come along as fledglings trying to challenge the NFL. When is enough football enough? And that's what we're coming to in America. I know you've talked a lot about the expansion of the college football playoffs.
Yeah.
The thing that I fear about the expansion of college football playoffs is how many of the star athletes would sit out these games, Charlton, that they feel they don't have a chance to win and start preparing themselves for the NFL. And all of this is going to come to a head when one quarterback sits out one of these non-playoff games, and that bowl games become totally insignificant.
Yeah.
Just as we saw with the AAF. This league went 8 games into the season. It had many big-name coaches, Charlton, coaching in the league, but it just could not muster the fanfare in non-NFL cities, and even the NFL cities. People were saving their money for the big boys.
Yeah, they always save their money for the big boys, and the big boys can buy up rights and make it very difficult for people to get contracts signed. It's amazing the things that go on behind closed doors in the world of sports. Henry Cejudo becomes the double champion. Henry beat Marlon Moraes at the UFC 238 to become a double champ, and that win gave him the 135 belt, and he already owned the 125-pound belt. Only a few fighters in the UFC history have been in the camps where they have 2 divisions at one time. What an amazing fighter, Big C. Your thoughts?
Well, you think about the probability of that, Charlton. You're saying only 2 other fighters that held multiple titles in the UFC. And to be able to hold 2 belts, Charlton, at 125 and 135, that shows you the dominance, that you can move up in weight class and still dominate your opponents and make history.
Yeah, they made a lot of history, Big C. Danny Hamlin wins the Daytona 500. Hamlin also won a race that had deep significance for Joe Gibbs, the racing tycoon, Big C, the team's owner, and NASCAR and Pro Football Hall of Famer. He lost his son, J.D., in the offseason and brings home the sport's biggest prize, finishing 1, 2, and 3. It was a perfect tribute for a tough year, Big C. Your thoughts?
And you think about how much that felt to Joe Gibbs, Charlton, the former NFL head coach and the president of Gibbs Racing.
Yeah.
That his team finished 1, 2, and 3 in the Daytona 500, the biggest NASCAR event of the season. You think about NASCAR, they have their Super Bowl at the beginning of the season, not like NFL where it's at the end of the season, and everyone wants to win this big race to start the season. Great kudos for Danny Hamlin bringing home the trophy for Joe Gibbs.
Yeah, he did bring it home, and I know if it's tough enough to be successful at one thing in life, but when you're Joe Gibbs and you can go from football in all the 7 days a week that is, and then you get into NASCAR, and that's a more dangerous sport. You know how we talk about football is dangerous with CTE and guys getting concussed and having, broken bones, etc. They're not driving 200 miles per hour. And you rarely hear of fatalities in these NASCAR because the cars are built so safe. And so you would think that would be the most dangerous sport, but you rarely hear about fatalities in that world, and that's a testament to how strong they build those vehicles. But to be successful in two major sports, Big C, your thoughts?
Well, not just be successful, but be the king of two major sports. This is one of those few rarities that an individual can claim the Super Bowl, Charlton, in two different sports. He did it with the coach of the Washington Redskins, and he's done it as the owner of Joe Gibbs Motorsports.
Yeah, the man just has a lot of success in him, wishing nothing but the best in the great 2020. The Washington Nationals, they make road win history, Big C, captured their first World Series title in franchise history, and it was the first World Series championship for a Washington, D.C. team since the Washington Senators did it back in 1924. Big C, what a thought.
Well, you talk a lot about home field advantage in baseball, and we saw that throughout the World Series chase, Charlton, in 2019 with the Washington Nationals. They went on the road and defeated everybody. They were the wild card team, so they never had the home field advantage throughout the playoffs or the World Series, Charlton. But this was a team that was determined. They had with true grit. This was a team that Bryce Harper said he wanted to help bring a World Series to the city, and he did. By leaving the Washington Nationals, they became more a complete unit. They were led by their dominant pitching staff, Charlton, first time in Major League history that you had three pitchers in the World Series with over 230 strikeouts on one team, and they were led by Steven Strasburg, and in the end, they did what they set out to be, Charlton. World Series champion. And
to have a minority manager when really there are not as many opportunities as you would think. I think baseball does a lot of things right, especially when they help their players, but the union is very strong. I also want to congratulate baseball for 2020. They're going to have netting that goes foul pole to foul pole. That keeps a lot of fans safe. We know a lot of people are on their phones, but it's just great that baseball's taking that extra measure to make sure the patrons that come to their games are also going to be safe, even though sometimes they take their eye off the ball. Big C, no pun intended. You think about Novak Djokovic wins his fifth Wimbledon title in a classic match. I still remember how dominant this match was, and he had been a dominant tennis player over the years, winning multiple tournaments. His fifth Wimbledon title was a classic one. He faced off against fellow tennis legend, the great Roger Federer, in a championship match that lasted 5 hours. And I remember watching that match, and it's as if, you think about it, it lasted longer than a football game, even if a football game went into overtime. Big C, how great it was, your thoughts?
Well, it was an epic match at Wimbledon, Charlton, as we think about the grass courts over there and the strawberries and cream that are served during Wimbledon.
Yeah.
Roger Federer, was a dynamic player, but when we think about Novak Djokovic, Charlton, in 5 hours on the court. You talk about it outlasting a football game, basketball game. We had a couple of baseball games that went into that stratosphere, Charlton. But we're talking about a one-on-one duel between these two individuals in this epic battle. And no one left unamazed by the battle between these two men. But Novak Djokovic has shown why he is the best tennis player in the world.
Yeah, and if you've ever played tennis, and I know you've played a lot of sports, a lot like golf, but even different than golf, because in golf it's just you and the hole. You're trying to get the ball in the hole and at least make par. If you can get birdie, that's fine too. But there's bogeys too. But in tennis, you're serving, and sometimes it's 120 miles per hour, give or take 10 miles per hour. And you also have to receive that. And to have these guys face that kind of competition for 5 hours, Big C, I think that's a lot more than a lot of people even have the stamina to put up with. Give me your thoughts on the mental fortitude and the toughness they have to last 5 hours trying to hit a ball 120 miles per hour coming at you, Big C. Your thoughts?
Well, Charlton, I have a hard time sleeping 5 hours at night. So, you know, to sit there and deal with that epic battle, knowing that every serve, every point, every volley means something. The greatest thing about tennis is that it's one-on-one, mano a mano. This is the greatest of athletics when you think about it. It's not like in baseball, people say it's the pitcher and the batter, but still you have a catcher who has to catch what you're throwing.
Yep.
When we look at these tennis players, Charlton, and you're trying to figure out where your opponent is going to hit the ball next and being able to get there in time to volley back and stand serve, Charlton. This is what's great about tennis. It brings out the best of men and women.
Yeah, it really does. And when you think about bringing out the best of men and women, I want to go into another sport where it's just you and your talent. Simone Biles breaks the gymnastics world medal record. Think about this. Gold medals, 27 gold medals, Big C. Just amazing. Silver medals, 4. Bronze medals, 4. Not the biggest athlete in the world, but she is so determined and so focused. Also, she dealt emotionally with the garbage that happened with a lot of the women that are involved in gymnastics. We know about some of the things that happened with the gymnastics and some of the men that were taking advantage of young women. But her focus and her ability to inspire all women around the world, but especially young African-American girls who, for the most part, are not able to go to some of these camps that you got to go into to get the special training. Just give me your thought on how dominant this woman has been. Your thoughts?
Well, when I think about the diminutive size of a Simone Biles, standing only 4'8", Charlton, but when I think about the heart and character that she possesses, which is large as a mountain.
Yep.
This was a young lady that was not born with a silver spoon in her mouth. Matter of fact, she grew up through adoption, her and her younger sister, Charlton. This was somebody who's always had to fight for where she's gotten in life. And to show her fight and courageousness, Charlton, has been put on the world stage as the most dominant female gymnast in history, probably the most dominant gymnast in history, period. Here's a lady who has captured the heart of America and the world through her perseverance and excellence. When I watched her at the last World Championship, Charlton, in 2019, I was amazed. I was just awestruck by her performance and her dominance on the mat, on the pole vault, on the rings. Everywhere that she stepped, Charlton, she's electricity in a bottle.
Yeah.
And she is such a beacon of hope and inspiration for any young lady out there, Charlton, regardless of the color or nationality.
Yeah.
Simone Biles personifies that you can achieve anything in life, Charlton. Don't let your background or your upbringing or where you started at hold you back. Only thing that can hold you back is you.
Yep.
And she is a spokesperson for that, Charlton.
Yeah, you gotta believe. I've heard so many great broadcasters over the years say those words on a live broadcast, and oftentimes you don't hear what the gymnasts are saying, but you know they got it going on in their mind that you gotta believe. You can follow Big C Sports 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on the #1 podcast network in the universe, iHeartRadio podcast. You can follow Big C Sports on Apple Podcasts. You can follow Big C Sports on Google Podcasts. You can follow Big C Sports on Spreaker.com. The apps that I really love are by Google and Alexa. Just say Google or Alexa, play Big C Sports Podcast. You will hear from our sponsors. You're here. Welcome to the show. I will introduce Big C as the Mystic, and he'll do his thing. And I really do appreciate the way things are going with Big C Sports. You can also follow Big C Sports on Xfinity, Comcast Television, also Roku TV, Apple TV, Fire TV, and a lot of smart TVs all over the universe. So I really appreciate that, Big C. I want to just close out in the final few minutes. I know I'm so grateful about so many things in life. Everybody goes through something. I'm grateful for loved ones, family, and friends, my children. I'm so grateful for a lot of things. I'm grateful to be able to have a platform where we can determine what we talk about, how we talk about it. We don't have to always agree. I still believe Pac-12 football is better than SEC. I think we're going to see that happen in the next couple of years as we start handing out more paper bags the way they do down South Big C. And I'm so grateful for a great 2020. I hope that everybody stays healthy, wealthy, and wise. And I'm just so grateful that the universe and God open up opportunities. Big C, what are you grateful for?
Well, Charlton, I'm going to take a step on what you just said. You know, you believe in Pac-12 football. Well, this is something when you're an adult you're told not to believe in, okay? You're told not to believe in the Easter Bunny.
Yeah.
You're told not to believe in the Tooth Fairy.
No, don't say that.
In Pac-12 football. So with that being said, I'm happy to wake up every day, Charlton, and have some semblance of health left in my life, to be loved by family and friends, and be able to go out and do what we do 5 days a week, Charlton, on Charlton and Big C Sports. To be able to give our input and our thoughts on the sports and the political and world. And that's what I do. I'm thankful to be able to give out the suicide prevention hotline number, Charlton, to our great veterans in this country. And I'm just thankful to have sanity every day in life and to be able to move forward.
Yeah, I want people to go out and vote, go out and take care of your family. Please celebrate the New Year safely. We know the ball's going to drop in New York City coming up. And I want everybody to just enjoy this beautiful country that we live in. Thanks to all of our veterans. Thanks for everyone with opportunity. And we look forward to a great 2020. May all of our dreams come true. Big C, back in the day, there was a man by the name of Drew Boudini Brown. He was known as Muhammad Ali's right-hand man, and he would always tell Ali, with all you got to use, how can you lose? Rumble, young man, rumble. Big C, what are you looking forward to in the sports universe?
Well, Charlton, what I'm looking forward to is what I'm looking back at. I want to send out a congratulations to Philip Lindsay, second-year running back of the Denver Broncos, the free agent running back as a rookie out of the University of Colorado, became the first rookie running back in the NFL history to rush for 1,000 yards as a rookie. As in his sophomore season, Charlton, he became the first NFL free agent running back to have his second consecutive 1,000-yard season. So he has made NFL history back-to-back seasons by gaining over 1,000 yards in consecutive seasons for the Denver Broncos. Congratulations, Philip Lindsay, for one of the best stories in 2019 sports.
And one of the best stories. We will always turn the page as we flip the calendar for 2020 on Big C Sports. You can follow Big C Sports 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on the #1 podcast in the universe, Big C Sports on iHeartRadio podcast, also Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Xfinity, Comcast Television, and Roku TV, Apple TV, Fire TV. There's a lot of things happening in the sports universe. As we always tell you, there's never, ever an excuse for domestic violence. If you know any man or woman going through that garbage, please pick up the phone and call 911, because no man or woman should ever have to go through that garbage on their own. And as we often tell you on every Big C Sports show, we thank you, we appreciate you, and we hope that you have a super fantastic, happy New Year.